Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is BestInSlot with a brand new Jurassic World Evolution park build. Today we're going to work on an abandoned park. It was going to be a rainforest park, but I had so many comments in the last video recommending we do a abandoned park, and an abandoned park can contain many trees, which is what I want. So I figured we'd go for it instead. I have got things just started a little bit. We have ourselves a little hatchery zone over here, which kind of has to keep running until the end of the playthrough basically, and then we'll do something with this. And over here we've just stuck down an innovation centre, and that is about it. Really, nothing else at the moment. I have turned on the day-night cycle again, but most importantly, heavy storms. So hopefully, although it's been about 10 minutes and nothing's happened, we will get some tornadoes and rainstorms, and we'll get some destroyed buildings and stuff like that. But really, we're gonna kind of try to make a functioning park and then ruin it rather than make a ruined park from the get-go. I think it'll look more natural. And I really need suggestions from you guys for this one. It's really important that you guys let me know what you think, ideas for the future, because this wasn't really my idea, this was your idea, so I'm kind of relying on you guys for plans. I thought we'd start fairly casually today, and what we're going to do is build like this little starter area, put some shops in, maybe put in like one small broken exhibit. I like that idea in general, and then we're going to flood it with Troodons. I think Troodons are going to look really cool here. There's our first storm warning. I think Troodons are going to look really good. Oh, actually, before that comes in, we need to get some shops down. Because I'm kind of thinking like the compies, this kind of scavenger kind of look to them. That's kind of what I want to replicate with the Troodons instead. We're going to put in some shops, but we're going to space them out just a little bit, enough that we can hopefully get some trees popping in the gaps kind of thing. That's a hell of a storm right there. Oof. Oh, it's actually a twister. Well, okay then. I mean, I don't really want you over here, if I'm honest. I kind of want you over in this direction. Thanks. And we'll do things like break the path down and stuff like that, but I kind of just want to, like I say, just build the park a little bit and then kill it. I think that's going to make for a more natural looking park, rather than destroying it right from the get-go. But I could be wrong. I'm never wrong, but I could be wrong. See, that's no good to me. That's actually not good for me at all. Like, I need these to actually freaking work. It's the only things I don't want to break in the entire park, and it's broken. Useless. We actually need a ranger station here. Forgot about that. I can sit over here, that's fine. Bloody tornadoes. I think this is the first time we've had a tornado in a sandbox park. Let's just cover that up a little bit. Eventually, actually, if anything, we'll keep this like it is. Not now, obviously, because this needs fixing now, but at the end of the game, we'll hope a tornado hits this bit when we don't need to activate the innovation, or when we don't need to activate the creation labs, and then we've kind of got this ruined dinosaur breeding area towards the back of the park, which I think will, I think that's a pretty cool idea. And I am always right. So, let's kill that. Add in a little bit more fence. Kind of like that, right? Yeah. And do the same over here. Lovely stuff. Okay, so that's our little dino breeding area. We'll get that fixed up, and let's head back over here. I was hoping for some dead shops more than anything, but already I just kind of want the trees to kind of pop in a little bit as much as possible, kind of encroach across it. It's hard to really sell that idea at this point in time, but there's going to be a lot of trees. And already, yeah, it looks a little overgrown. It's definitely a little bit too lit up and shiny. But I do like the idea of some lights still flickering, the power still running, backup generator after backup generator still roaming. And, I had an idea. I did actually try to record this already once and failed. I had a little bit of an idea. Somebody suggested we make a chasmus park. Chasmus is not a word. Is chasmus a word? Anyway, somebody suggested we make a park with like a big chasm and we kind of build out of it. What I was thinking is, we kind of keep building normally, right? And then in the middle of the park, like going from here across to here, we put like a big chasm, we just wrench out the earth through the middle of the park, like there was a tectonic shift and it kind of split the park open, just kind of like an earthquake really. And so we have like a street going across here, and then it would stop as it disappears into the chasm, and then on the other side it would continue normally, so it looks like the park was built completely and then ripped in half. I thought that was a really nice idea, and that was my idea. But the chasm was someone else's idea, and I appreciate that. But I'd like to know what you guys think about that. That in my head is the reason for the abandoning of the park. This big tectonic shift just tore it asunder, and they didn't think it was recoverable, so they just evacuated everyone, got everyone the hell out of there, basically. I think that's a pretty cool idea. But let me know what you think. Right, it's a lovely day. It doesn't look abandoned at all yet, but it will. So, I really like the idea of having some Troodons kind of roaming around this area. I'm thinking what we can try to do is maybe have some hidden fences. I don't necessarily want the dinosaurs wandering around everywhere. It will cause problems. But we'll see. So, what I figure we'll do is we'll build a little exhibit over here, and we'll put a gap in it, basically. So, I kind of want this to feel like a very Jurassic Park park. So, kind of structured, you know, lots of straight lines rather than curves for once. You know I love my curves, but I'm having a straight line kind of day, okay? So you'd have just, you know, a normal little... This would be the exhibit that would start things off at the start of the park. Tell you what, a little gap there. This would be one of the first exhibits you see. You enter the park. You don't get the monorail yet, you get on that later. Maybe? I think having like a broken monorail track kind of stretching across the park and some broken down stations would be pretty cool. Maybe even you can't even use the monorail. Maybe you can't even walk across the entire park via paths. We might put the ranger station over here instead, because I quite like the idea of exploring this whole thing in a broken down, like exploring this ancient broken park in a ranger vehicle. I think that's pretty cool. I have many ideas. I was a little iffy on this one, I gotta be honest, because it is basically your idea. You lovely folks at home, you came up with this park. It was not on my to-do list. But yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. You need an upgrade, son. Because that is still a big necessary part of the park. Until later. Right. And we'll put some water in here as well. So you would come out from the left. Like so. It's a shame it kills the trees, admittedly. And you'd have like a little viewing thing, of course. On the plus side, what we can do is, because all the feeders will naturally be contained to the exhibits, even if the dinosaurs can wander around, as long as the exhibits are decently spaced out, they might just sort of stay in their exhibits. Maybe I'm being an optimist. I'm probably being an optimist. I'll put it in the middle. But maybe. I'd like the dinosaurs to stay relatively close to each other. To their original exhibits. And then maybe by the end, they would be wandering all over the place, you know. They'd be disastrous. They'd be absolutely everywhere. But at the start, less so. Let's put another one of those in. Can I find the bloody thing? Guests? It's in enclosures, right? Am I going blind? I am going blind. It's right bloody there. Rotate. How do I rotate? There we go. It feels like it's been ages since I played the game. It's been like 2 days. It's never more than 2 days before I play Jurassic World Evolution, yet my mind is just not there at the moment. Let's stick that into there. Lovely stuff. That is slightly off angle-wise, and that's fine. I'm going to get over it. I'm not OCD. And let's grab our fence. I think we're even going to do like a power station section. Obviously, we don't need power because we're playing on sandbox mode. But I think it's important. I want it to feel like a functioning park that got taken down. You know, not a sandbox park, basically. I am going to do what I said. We're going to put a ranger team here. This would be like your emergency response security that you'd have at the front of any zoo area, really. I'm going to shroud that in a little bit of shadow. Let's attach it onto there. And we'll do a little bit of fencing around here as well. This is not for the punters to see. Although I don't want to block in the actual garage, that would be a bad idea. Let's just do some fencing there. Like, even with the fencing, I don't really want to... Like, I can leave gaps in the fencing to kind of represent a break, but what we really want is twisters to roll through and naturally break the fencing, because it gives it a much more... Well, it just looks a lot better, doesn't it? It looks like it's actually been smashed up by twisters, yes, but we can pretend dinosaurs, basically. So that is very much the... Oh, God. Stop. Why are you snapping that way? Desist. Oh, that's why. Tell you what. You just start it along the path, And then it can't snap anywhere else. There we go. See? Beautiful. I don't want to block... They should have like an extra dirt path looking thing, right? Coming from this sort of area. It should feel dirty. As should everything. There we go. Something like that. And... Let me just block off this front bit a little bit. Again, just trying to create like a... We're only going to ever need one vehicle anyway, so... If you were building a park, how would it be designed, kind of thing? And then we destroy it. We're going to kill our darlings. As is the saying. Build like a little octagon, weird... Okay, it's no longer an octagon, but it was briefly a shape of some description. It's just a little range station there with a little dirt path coming in, a little entrance path there. I quite like it. And now we need to put trees everywhere. Trees everywhere. Everywhere trees. Really want to sell the overgrown kind of feeling of this whole place. So big brush, trees. Basically, if a tree will go there, what we want to do, essentially, is build a park and then get the tree brush and do this. And then get a water brush and do the same kind of thing. And just really try to sell this overgrown, ancient, abandoned... At the moment, it just looks like a nice tree-filled park, but we will sell that different feeling eventually. So I'm hoping we get another twister, and it comes in and it knocks a few of these fences out, as well as some of the buildings, and we'll get some feeders. We only want logical exhibits as well. So, Troodon exhibit, with maybe a large herbivore, for example. That would be able to handle a Troodon. But we're not going to be putting large carnivores with smaller herbivores in exhibits because that doesn't make any sense. A natural park wouldn't do that because they would kill them. And that's silly. Trees. But in very natural, logical places, like so. And maybe it's a zoo, right? So you'd want to mess around with slopes and stuff to make your exhibits a little bit more interesting. Something like that. Just a little bit of bump up there. A little bit of bump. And we need some water. Not that much water. Okay, yeah, something like that. That's fine. Let's go make some Troodons. Troodons. There's a little bit of an O at the end. I mean, it's not. I always called them a Troodon. For a long, long time, I called it a Troodon, and I finally got corrected and believed my correctors. So we're also gonna go. We want dirty dinosaurs. I'm not even joking. We want greens and browns, basically entirely. My theory is that in a zoo, you clean the animals. Animals get washed in zoos, right? Because they don't really have the ability to wash themselves as well, do they though? Yeah, the elephants get washed. My theory is it's an abandoned park, right? These wouldn't be bright, shiny, clean dinosaurs. They'd be dirty. But it is also a rainforest, so... Okay. We're going to go triple rainforest. We're going to go double rainforest. Double default, because I really like the default. I think Troodon has some of the weaker skins in the game, unfortunately. Troodon. And then one step. Yeah. It'd be really nice if we could just spawn a storm. You know, just heavy storms is on. Just let me Sim City it up, basically. If I want to spawn a storm or a volcano or a giant alien, then let me do that. Paths are something we can manually destroy because paths don't get destroyed by tornadoes. Bam. See, it's overgrown. There was a path there leading in, but now it's gone, taken over by nature. So the car has to wrangle its way out down the sides. We'll just do that every now and again. We'll just kill a little bit of path and... I don't really care for the building. Maybe we should do some slightly more bendy paths to kind of sell that theory of like overgrown and destroyed. But it should still try to connect logically. It just doesn't really look destroyed, it just looks weird and bendy and broken. Unfortunately, if Twisters killed paths, this would be a different situation, but they don't. I don't know, something like that. Again, I'm like really just open to suggestions from you guys for this one. I don't really have any big ideas other than this and other than the chasm. I love the chasm idea. So again, I want opinions on that. But I don't know if that looks good, these broken paths. Is that a good idea or a bad idea? Somebody tell me what to do. Do my work for me. Thanks. Maybe you just don't want to go overboard on it. I think that's maybe something we do at the end, right? We build the park, we let the twisters do their thing, of course, but when it comes to the pathing, maybe we just let it happen at the end, because we can decide what we want to do, because this looks stupid. So, yeah, that's a plan, I think. We have to rebuild that, because that looks stupid now. Meh. Okay. Bear with me. There's a gap there, right? Yep, there it is. So we'll curve that way. I want to make sure there's trees between that bit and that bit, basically. And yeah, we'll fix this bit up as well, and then we'll get our Troodons shipped in. And then hopefully, like in my head, basically every episode, the dinosaurs from the previous episode get broken out. It won't work out exactly like that, but next episode, the Troodons, because there's more stuff here, will have a much better chance of escaping, basically, which is cool. Even the exhibits should have, especially at the edges, right? The edges of the exhibits, where the trees are, it should start to feel enclosed and tight and spooky. It definitely looks overgrown. At the very least, it looks overgrown. We're also going to shut it. We don't want humans. Humans are nerds. Let's close that bad boy down. Troodon time! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How do you look, Rainforest? Yeah, you're not bad. You'll do. You've got that little bit of dirty going. A little bit of dirty. Dirty little dinosaur. Who's the dirty little dinosaur? I love that jump. That jump is awesome. That little hop as they pop out. I love it. Makes me very happy. Troodon. 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 Not Troodon, BestInSlot. Not Troodon. Try as you might. It's not a Troodon. Where are we going to put that? We can put the power supplies over here. Yeah, I mean, it already... though, at the moment, it just looks tree-ish. You know, it doesn't really look dead. It definitely looks like it could be overgrown. A little bit, especially over here in the shop area. I think that looks a little bit too overgrown to be, like, how it was designed, basically. But I think we need some water. God, I wish the train tilts were just a little... just less restrictive, man. I can put some water there, and it's not really... it's just not... I just want... meh. Meh. Because the water would accrue, and it's rainforest, it thrives in the water. Same over here, maybe we should have like, yeah, no. Oh my god, what am I doing? Oh, I'm breaking everything. Okay, well, I mean... that might be a bit much. I don't know. If we're going for this tectonic shift idea, which I'm not convinced by yet, then maybe having these little bulges, like where the world kind of pops up and water spraying out and the paths react badly and like everywhere, maybe that's not a bad idea. I'm not convinced by it quite yet, but maybe it's not the worst idea. I'll have to have a little think on that one. I like that though. It's fine. At the moment, it's just a lovely park. A little bit green, a little bit wet, but a lovely park. But soon, death and destruction will come. Okay, let's shoot some dinosaurs. Oh boy, how are we doing? How are we doing, Troodons? Troodon. I'll get that right eventually. As the alpha step. Oh, already asleep. Also asleep. What's this one look like? Yeah, the default might be my favourite skin. And it looks perfect for this kind of... that is the kind of Troodon you'd imagine hunting around a park. To an extent, it doesn't really make sense to base the dinosaur designs on the park, because, again, the idea is this is a natural park that's been overgrown over time. And therefore, the dinosaurs wouldn't be themed on destruction, you know? They'd be themed on just a nice park. But I also kind of want to sell the theme to my head, so... again, this needs to be overgrown a little bit. I don't care if you never see it, it needs to be overgrown. Everything must be trees everywhere, is what I'm trying to say. And maybe we could have one bit where it looks like... I don't know, like maybe, the river flooded or something. You could have a chasm, you could have a river, and then like, it's not a waterfall because waterfalls in this game don't exist, but you could have the river sort of go down into the chasm. Well, you can't do that because rivers can't go down, but you could have a river, you could have a chasm, and then you could have a river over here, and it'd be like fairly straight and contained, and you'd have a wall behind it, and then there'd be a break in the wall, and the river would go and sort of surge out onto the streets. Definitely won't look anything like that, but that looks like a penis. You know what that looks like? It looks exactly like the brochure they make in Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where they're trying to make a muscled bicep and it ends up looking like a penis. That is precisely what it looks like right there. It's actually fairly incredible how accurate that is. Right, let's move some dinos. That's so nice that I can just put loads of trees down and nobody can shout at me. Nobody at all. Nature has reclaimed the park, ladies and gentlemen.
En route to collect the asset.
Life finds a way. This is the park that will exemplify life finds a way.
Asset to be collected.
And hopefully it'll look pretty cool. We need more tornadoes. I think a lot of this may be me basically leaving the park running in the background and hoping a twister hits and smashes stuff up a little bit.
Asset transit.
But, well, we'll see. But yeah, I am super open to suggestions. Am I going to set up a QT for this one? I need to think whether it makes sense to name the dinosaurs. It's an abandoned park. But then again, does it ever make sense? It does usually make sense to name the dinosaurs, right? Because it's a... Well, they would have had names in the past. They would have had names, right? When they were a zoo. Zoos name their dinosaurs, or, well, zoos name their... Well, they do name their dinosaurs in fairness. Zoos name their animals because it makes people care about the animals and want to donate. And stuff like that, you know? Nobody cares about cockroaches, but if you call him Jemima, then everyone's going to support the cockroaches. Okay, that's probably a bad example, both in A, cockroaches, and B, Jemima, which is probably not a name that inspires confidence. No offense if you call Jemima. I'm very sorry for your loss. Okay, nobody cares about cockroaches, but if you call the cockroach Fluffy McNicekins, then everyone's going to give money to the cockroach. Or... if you call the cockroach... What do people like? Money, sex, ice cream. Those are the big three. What would you call a cockroach to make everyone like it? Can I have some name suggestions for cockroaches in the comments? Thanks. That's a weird sentence. Yeah, but Troodons then. We have 5 Troodons. Maybe we have more than 5 Troodons though. Maybe we have 8 Troodons, for example. Oh, look at that. I think we have 8 of them. I want it to feel like the actually, what I will probably do at some point is just maybe we have 10 Troodons. Oh, let's just keep mixing it up colour-wise. It does make sense. Let's get a couple of arids. I kind of like the idea of them just being like. I want the dinosaurs contained around the park, generally speaking, to their respective areas. Not contained within exhibits, but contained to the rough areas eventually, right? That freaks me out, that little helicopter over there. I really like the idea of Main Street, this area here, which, okay, it's barely a main street if we're honest, but this shopping area having Troodons bouncing around while it's all destroyed is a really cool image in my head. Kind of like Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom with the compy, but I also like the idea of the entire park just having Troodons dotted about now and again. These kind of little scavengers just hunting for what they can, exploring the ruins of this once great park that nature's taken back. These Troodons are now just taking the entire park for themselves. I keep forgetting, I need to change the penis. No penis, no cry. Right, how are we doing, lads? Lasses, Troodons. So you're going to need to name 10 Troodons, not 5, okay? So many name suggestions. If you are new to this series, which, you know, it's the first episode of a new park build, people may well be new. We don't do name suggestions for the dinosaurs in the comments. We go on something called qt.com, qutee.com, .com, and basically you sign up. Takes like 2 seconds, and then you can leave a name suggestion. There'll be categories, and you click that category, leave a name suggestion. So for Troodon, it'll be small carnivores. And that's where I get all the name suggestions from. I don't take any name suggestions from the comments, so if you do want your names in the game, then please don't leave it in the comment section. Please use the QT, which will be linked in the description down below, once I come up with a design and logo and such for this park. Which is like the most fun part of any new park build. I love doing it. It's honestly the best bit. Right, let's pop out some more dinosaurs. Poor little. Yeah, we'll build a power station. I really like the idea of like a ruined... Maybe we want like a worker village. Maybe what we'll do, instead of having this... Because we always kind of tuck this away in the corner, right? This whole Hammond incubation lab and this whole shebang over here, it's always hidden away. But what if it wasn't? What if it was more Lost World style? I mean, it kind of is, but if we flatten this area a bit more and we put more stuff in here, maybe even a shop, and people come in and this was where the workers would work and live and do their thing, do their shebang. And then it gets destroyed. And then when you're driving around in the Ranger vehicle, that would be something really cool to explore. Whereas this doesn't quite look natural. You know, it looks like it's been built for the purpose it has been built for. So I think we might knock this out and rebuild it. I'm happy with this Hammond Creation Lab, but I think we flatten this, putting that... That's fine there as well, but bring the ranger station down, put a shop in, put something else in there. Make it feel just a little bit more like an actual worker village. That then gets ruined. You need to build the beautiful things and then kill the beautiful things. We're also going to keep framing with trees. We will kill those trees, but it's just kind of, this is, you know, today's bit, basically, and then we'll kill the trees as need be. Which will upset me, but I've got so many trees in this park that I could not be happier. This is the park I've been dreaming of since the start.
No problem.
No problem. Let's get shifting those Troodons over. My governor.
En route to pick up the asset.
Bird. Nope, I don't know either. Pew.
Asset collection request received.
Asset collection request received. It just seems like a mouthful. Like, it, just say, yo, can I go get the dinosaur, bro? Don't worry about it. Got your dino. Got your back, son.
The asset.
Not dino asset request. Oh, God. It's like people who talk in business speak. It's all about synergy and confluence and
Picking up asset.
bagels. Why does everyone in the business eat bagels? It's always bagels. Just eat something else. Eat something other than a bagel. Yes, I've never worked for anyone in my life. I've never worked in an office. I have a very skewed perception of what office life is like. But for me, office life is bagels and depressed people and images of cats hanging on things saying hang in there, and there's like memes sometimes from the quirkier people, and there's like always that one shorter dude with like flat black hair and glasses, and there's a big loud copier. Basically most of it comes from The Office, as in the TV show, not gonna lie. And what else? Always disinterested secretary. The secretary never wants to be there. They're there just because it's the only job he or she could get, really. I mean, this may not be true. I'm not dismissing secretaries at all. Like, I'm just saying, in my cliche office opinion head thing, that's kind of how it rolls. Pam Beasley said, not many girls grow up dreaming of being a secretary. Which is probably true, but not many people grow up dreaming of being anything that they turn up. I didn't dream of being a YouTuber. Being a YouTuber wasn't a thing when I was a child. YouTube did not exist when I was a child. So, how would I possibly dream of doing this as a child, as an adult? Exactly, you wouldn't. Okay. So eventually, they're going to break out. I'm just hoping, like, just some gaps in the fence. I don't know. Like I say, I think a lot of time is going to be spent like this. Me just staring at the screen between videos, waiting for a storm to hit. The fact that it's taken... we've had one storm in half an hour, despite heavy storms, is a little bit ridiculous to me. If I'm honest. I think we basically just keep building the park, put water everywhere, put trees everywhere, get rid of the paths at the end, and just keep praying for storms, basically. So I'm going to leave it up to you lovely folks at home. Where do we go from here? What is the next step? What do you want to see? You know, it's your idea, it's your park, essentially. I am simply the hands that do the work. As per most of my life, if I'm being completely honest. Right. Yeah. We're going to end it there, though. I hope you guys are excited about this series. Given about 10 billion of you recommended it in the comment section in the last video, which has gone up by about 2.6 billion since last time I said that. I'm assuming you are, but do let me know in the comments. If you are excited, please also do hit that like button. It really helps me out. It's a big deal, especially on these earlier episodes in a series, and I will like your face more than I like people who don't like my videos' face. Which is an honour, really. So, yeah, best do it. Thanks for joining me. Cheers, much love as always. Bye-bye. A little shout out at the end. This video and others like it would not be possible at all without the support of you guys watching me at home, and also everyone on this Patreon page right here who supported me in the last month. If you want to help out as well, you can do so at patreon.com/bestinslot. Every little really helps. Cheers.